Hi, everybody. Happy Monday and welcome to week 2 of remote learning. I miss seeing all of you guys in class. I thought that I could show you this video just to show you a couple of examples of how to do the problems in case you're not sure or the videos don't make sense to you. This is my first time doing this, so just bear with me on making the numbers and things like that. So you're on week 1, day 5. You're going to work on multiplying fractions. You're going to work on multiplying fractions with whole numbers, then multiplying regular fractions, and multiplying by mixed numbers. So you would just click on this link, and it opens up. And you're welcome to actually just write it on a piece of line paper. You don't have to print them out because answer keys are at the bottom for your parents to check them this week. That's what you would be doing this week. So the biggest thing to remember when multiplying by whole numbers is that you have to put a 1 underneath of your mixed number. So I'm going to do example 2 because it's number 1 was a little too easy. So you put a 1 underneath of your 9, and then you have 9 times 7 is 63, and 63 tenths, because 10 times 1 is 10. So then you're thinking about how many times does 10 go into 63, because you can't leave it as an improper fraction. It's improper because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So you think about how many times does 10 go into 63, which would be 6 and 3 tenths. If you can't just look at the number and think about that, you can also write it as a division problem, because remember this line means division. So you're going to do 63 divided by 10. And if you solve that, you know that 10 goes into 60 or 63 6 times, and then you would have a remainder of 3, and your denominator is 10. So I'll put up here. So 6 would go here, and you have 6 times 10 is 60. And then you have 3. And your numerator becomes your remainder becomes your numerator. And then your denominator is your divisor. So you end up with 6 and 3 tenths. So the next thing is you're going to multiply with just regular fractions. So you would multiply across. For number 1, you would do 6 times 3 is 18. Let me get my pen again. And then 8 times 12 is 96. So 1896. So from here, you have to check always. This is not an improper fraction, so I would just leave it. I don't have to do division for it. The only thing I have to check is whether it's simplified. And it's not simplified. You have to divide the top and bottom by 6, because that's the least common multiple, or greatest common factor. And that would be then 3/16. So that's one way I showed you. I did show you guys a different way to actually cross cancel, so you don't have to do as much of the simplifying at the end. So if you were to do that, let me just get rid of this. So that's one way. The other way I showed you guys, and some of you guys didn't understand this way, and that's okay. You could just multiply across and then simplify. So this, you could look at the 6 and the 12, and the 6 goes into 12 2 times. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. That becomes a 1, and this becomes a 2, because 12 divided by 6 is 2. So then we have 1 times 3 is 3, and then 8 times 2 is 16. So you end up with the same answer. You think about which way is best for you. Remember, if you didn't understand this way, just multiply across and simplify. It's the same answer. It's just 2 different ways to do it. Okay, so the last one then is multiplying mixed numbers. So the first thing for this is you have to change your mixed numbers into improper fractions. So to do that, I have to do the denominator times the whole number, so 4 times 1 plus 2. So you add your numerator. So that one's going to be 6/4 times, here you're going to do 6 times 3 is 18 plus 5 is 23. So you've got 23 6. So I'm going to write that over here too. So you have 6 fourths, so I want to show both ways, times 23/6. So cross canceling would actually help with this one. So you have the two sixes. Sixes cancel each other out because 6 divided by 6 is 1. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So you end up with 23/4. Let's say that confuses you too much. That's okay. You go down to here and you would do 6 times 23, which is 138. Over 24. So from here, you have to do a division problem. Both of them, you'd have to do a division problem. This is just a simplified version of this. So if I take this one, I do 138 divided by 24. You guys know I messed my numbers up. Sorry about that. 138. So I'm going to do a division problem over here, divided by 24. So 24 goes into 138 5 times. 5 times 24 is 120. And then that ends up being 18. So then this 18 becomes your numerator. And the divisor, the divisor is right. The divisor, the 24, becomes your denominator. So it's the same denominator stay the same. So in this problem, you would just have to simplify it from this point on. You could divide them both by 6. And you would get 3/4. Sorry, my equal sign. So the answer for this one is 5, because you have the 5 over here, and 3/4. So this over here. So if you did the cross canceling, you would end up with this over here, the 23/4. You would do the same thing. You would do 23 divided by 4. How many times does 4 go into 23? Which it would be 5. And this would be 20. And then you just end up with 3 as your remainder. So you get 5 and 3/4. So same answer, just the cross canceling out takes away the simplifying that you'd have to do over here. But again, if you're not sure about this cross canceling, just multiply across and do your division like you guys know how to do. So the answer for this one is 5 3/4. All right, I hope you guys are doing well and keeping yourselves busy with your families and things like that. I'm thinking about you guys. Ms. Keeney and I both are thinking about you guys. And please reach out if you need any help. I'm here for you guys. All right, talk to you guys later.